If you just stumble across the channel, it's probably because somebody hit that like button before. And for those of you who hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Chase your tail light. I'll be under your skin, letting you go for a while. Then I'm taking you in. It's like diamonds, glimmer and punch. Shiny predator with a golden gun. Space age girl machine. Space age girl machine. Space age girl machine. Thought you lost me, but I'm right behind. I'm dirty and I'm fancy, and I'll make you blind. It's like diamonds, glimmer and punch. Shiny predator with a golden gun. Space age girl machine. 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 Space age girl
I wait for someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best, I guess, but I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people the best? If I pack my stuff a little sooner than this. Don't you think for the people the best? If I pack my stuff a little sooner than this. then I stop myself for a while.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Boss ass bitch. Boss bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss ass bitch. Boss 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 bitch. Boss ass bitch.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
You gotta be kidding me. I did this again. Man, should I just start this all over? So I'll quit the stream and start all over. Boomer moment. I've been talking away here. Just having the time of my life. Been talking to you guys. I thought I'd been getting answers from you guys. You didn't answer my questions? Wow. My apologies. Another boomer moment. 13 minutes into the program, and we find out we have the mic on, right? We do have the mic on, right? Then can I get a thumbs up for a mic check? Mr. Mouse says, yes, you did it again. Justin says XLM and XRP. If he had only scrolled down in the chat a little more. As long as he gets working on Casperchar, Mr. Mouse. This is why this channel can't grow, because I can't figure out how to push the button at the right time, or somehow I turn it off. They come over here and see a scarecrow just acting stupid. Yeah, you sucker dog. Love it. We hear you now. And I just commented on your pretty smile. Ah, you suck, road dog.
You suck, road dog.
Sam Webb says 104, start the clock. What was that, 7 minutes? All right, so I guess we are starting all over from here. We were going to go take a look at the news real quick. And I decided to check in with you guys. Alrighty, should I go over the Bitcoin coin? I've already changed. Did I change it? It's not my chart. I'm just all shook up right now. Oh, look, we're... Is that the one I drew? Is that my last one? Oh, that's the one that I posted earlier. So this is the idea I'm looking at, as a rounded top idea. And we're finding resistance over here at 57,000 again. Man, I swear I said this so eloquently before, but now here we are. I feel like I don't have the same exact chart that I started out with, and now I feel off my game. Did I erase something on that chart? I think I did. Let's rewind. Anyway, we'll work with this one. This is CoinEx. So we got the 600 and the 800 moving average up here, and I'm expecting probably, if we're lucky enough to get up to 59, 60,000, hey, cool, I'm cool with it. But we do have a bit of a rounded top, and these are kind of subjected to draw, but I posted this idea earlier, and how this usually works out is that you usually get some jig-jag price action. I didn't really expect us to come all the way down there. Well, I mean, it was for this, yeah, I didn't really expect. I didn't like it and didn't enjoy that drop. But here we are back up to where we were yesterday. So we can bounce around in here, ranging and come down. And how this, if this is holding up, this reverse scallop, they usually come back down around here. So, I mean, I was looking for around this area. I just wasn't expecting it to immediately come down to that area. That was kind of weird. But then come down and then kind of break up. And there's some credence to this idea with these moving averages coming down. We got some momentum on the downside. But as these bigger moving averages are starting to kamikaze down on the price, let's see if we can get rid of some of these lines here. So I got an orange 800, a red 660, a purple 360. Those are kind of coming. Those on this time frame, they're coming down. That's the momentum. That's in general. We have been just down into the right, not the way we wanted to go. And then our other moving average, including the 200, are starting to come around, and prices above the 200. So yeah, that's good. That's the first start. So we're officially bullish on this pattern now, or on this time frame. This song is getting on my nerves. So with this moment, we've also got a bullish cross here. We got the 21, the 200, the 100, and the 9 crossing over that 360. So that's bullish. Even though the 360 had to come down to meat price, I mean, it's still bullish. So we can come down here. So it looks like we're probably going to range around here for a little while. And what I'm doing is trying to de-risk, and I'm hoping that we do come up. There's a possibility that we can come up to the $62,000 area. The chart that I was looking at before had more trend line on it. And now I don't see that. Is it you? You got one. You're the same one. Yeah. Oh, this was it, I believe. So when you zoom out, this is the major trend line that we got that we lost right now. We can come up to that. That's about 62,000 to where we broke out of it below. We could even come on up higher. I'm cool with that too. But there's a higher chance being beneath this trend line area to roll over up here. I've got a de-risk plan, taking some profits in altcoins, and I don't know. I'm trying not to as much as I can in Bitcoin, but I may have to just to de-risk a little bit. And then having some dry powder available for when prices roll over, if they do. And there's a good chance, I mean, we wick down to 49,000. We could wick down back to 52, make a little higher low, or we may just, you know, some people expect maybe a V-shaped recovery from here. It may look like one coming up before we get rejected, but I am expecting some rejection up here around 62,000. I think it would be unwise not to expect that up there because there's so many signs saying that. But in the general mist, when we're talking about the bigger moving averages on the bigger time frame, 800, 600, 300, 200, up and to the right, exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So we got the momentum to move it forward and keep going. This very well could just be the correction, and this pattern could be just playing out beautifully. We're bouncing off a bottom because that is a gorgeous bottom wick, I gotta say. There's a lot of FUD in the market, and there can still be some more unwinding from Japan and all that stuff. I read that as your altcoins are probably not that safe, so I'm just throwing that out there. If you've got some leverage altcoins, you might want to second guess your strategy. Spot plays, fine, just you hold and everything, but they may get to a point where they're unpopular for a while, and that just depends on a lot on Bitcoin dominance, which is just going up more, 57% right now. Also, Tether dominance is going on, so we're seeing some more Tether and or stablecoin action going on over here. Now it doesn't necessarily, I don't believe it necessarily means that people are selling off, although it could be. But, you know, we got altcoins, total 3 starting to go up, Bitcoin dominance is going up, and stablecoins going up. It tells me that the people are buying some stablecoins and getting ready. Also, we got to include money coming into the stablecoin market, I believe, too. So Tether dominance and all that, it's a helpful indicator, but it's, you know, some people, I think, put a little bit too much faith in it because you do have a few other variables to consider. I think with the new money coming in, you know, new crypto coming in and being exchanged over to stable coins, going into DeFi and all that. The space is growing. We're slowly bringing them in, and you know, they first get into it with the ETF, and then maybe they will, you know, you get a wild hair one day and just decide to open up their own dang wallet over on Coinbase or wherever. All the popular exchanges, Crypto.com, very popular one. And the machine just starts growing from there. And we start getting more and more adoption. That would be awesome. So there is some bullishness and there's some bearishness. And it sucks to have to say at what could be one of the best times to start buying and stuff like that, to be cautious, but we've got to be cautious at this point. In my personal opinion, you guys can do what you want to do, but when you see when you see your net worth just kind of shrink down, just like that, you're like, perhaps I should reevaluate some things just a minute, in case things goes further south than expected. And, you know, I think a lot of people are experiencing something a little similar. And I think it's good to talk about it. Because this is what it really feels like. All you other YouTubers are down too, baby. You heard them? You heard them? Some of them took a bigger beating. The market will humble you if you get too cocky every time. And if you get too cocky, you start getting a little rambunctious, start buying all them big green candles because numbers going up. Yeah, it feels good. Oh yeah, and then it doesn't, and then a crash, and woo, baby, that will make you reevaluate your choices in life, won't it? Let's see if we can get over to a few of these altcoins. Let's start out with QNT, the ever popular $100 stablecoin, which is 60. You trying to be a $50 bill now? The daily chart looks rough. I got to tell you, man, this one looks rough. It's got lots and lots of work to do, and I'm looking for some signs there. I'm not seeing what I need to see anything bullish on the daily chart just yet. I just got to say, the moving averages and everything are. Believe it or not, the little ray of sunshine here is the Lucy line, the little devil girl up here. She's where she's supposed to be. The rest of them are not. So she's holding this up. Think about that for a minute. They're being held up by the devil. You know she's going to want something for that. That's just how she works. Look at that is terrible. That's just horrible. This is a Can we take a minute and come over here to Tokenmetrics? We'll evaluate that one over here. These are some of the hot coins right now. Trader coins while I'm over here. On the old Tokenmetrics, I'm not shilling it, we just using it. Oh my gosh, if it hurries, we will. APF, Gifto, SafePal, Euros, I still don't know what that is. Overnight Fuel Orca is trending right now. Why? Avalanche Bridge and Fast Token. We'll come back to this, but right now we want to look at QNT. I just want to see how it is rating. Because that sucker should have been doing a lot better than what it has. Its performance is just purely sucked, period. So let's just go to investor summary. Evaluation grade is 10%. Well, that says a little something. Technology grade 52%. London-based quant network is set to revolutionize blockchain technology. Aren't they all? With the development of their blockchain operating system, Overledger. Sounds like a cool idea. The experienced team are determined to fulfill the original vision of the internet by creating an open, trusted network for people, machines, and data to operate securely and safely. Overledger, the first interoperable blockchain operating system that facilitates internet-scale development of decentralized multi-chain applications. Overledger has the ability to unlock and distribute blah, blah, blah. Where's all this multi-chain applications? Where is all this interoperable blockchain? I don't ever hear of that in Quant. I think this is... I'm really disgruntled with Quant. This was a bag that I lost and left me with very little to work with. So it may be a good riddance play, but gosh darn it. Had more than I cared to have lost. Market cap 800 and it's under $1 billion. So there's room to grow. I mean, it could 10x and go to, $600. And you would think that it would with the low circulating supply, right? And so many people, it wouldn't. It's got 14 million coins, less than Bitcoin. And it can't get above $50 freaking dollars. It can't get above $60, $70, $80 and stay there. All of it is out in circulation. Well, almost all of it. There's like 100,000, something like that, that's not out. So disappointed with you. And I think we're on the investor summary, right? You're not even giving me the, wow, you're not giving. I'm logged in too. Alrighty, so QNT down to $61. This should have got it. This should have got it. It's got a good chance to be a bottom there just from this. Let me check the other one. We can check it from here too. Yeah, she went definitely deep. There's always that chance that she might be working on $40 and that would suck. And I'd hate we can't rule it out. You can't rule it out. So I got to draw the line, man. As painful as it might be to think about, I've got to draw that line just to be on the real. The place that I see should be a real good bottom. Oh, we should have got that. That wasn't really what I was trying to do there. So this guy was is that the previous bottom right there? There's a lower bottom area that could be in play here at that 1618 move from the swing low to swing high. 3752 is the actual number that could happen. Doesn't have to. Doesn't mean it won't. There's a lot of other places in between here. It's already hit the 1414, that area, and she's above it. So if it can recover past $64, then we'll go ahead and mark that little line because it's now support resistance area too at this 1.272 area. Which is normally an excellent bottom area. So we need to get above there and I'd feel better, and then still stair step our way back up. If we're assuming that we have made bottom and we're not going to come down to that 37 price area, let's see if we got any correspondence here. You know, I mean, if I had to guess just and project from what I see how my fibs line up, sometimes I do this out there. This is a little bit on the woo-woo side, but 42 could be the bottom. Just based it on how some of these fibs line up just a little bit. And that's just purely speculation, but I'm going to put this as a bottom guess. But let me do what I was doing, coming down here to calculate and see where we could be coming back to. I would put $73 on your radar. Man, we got to get above this little area, make a higher high, get above this support resistance flip area that we just, that $82 area. There might be something to do that. There might be. We'll have to see if that works or not. Okay, this is on the daily. Let's come down to the 4 hour, see what it's looking like. Still below turn moving average. All the moving averages are headed to the downside. At some point, they've got to start. There's got to be a recovery. She's starting one now. Looks like on the 4 hour, right through here. Let's see if it sticks. Most of the altcoins look like this. Bitcoin and everything else looks like this too. Oh, cool. She's above that. That's a good sign. And then this is going to be the immediate area right over here, about 70. 70 would make a decent target to hope for. So if we go pattern-wise and start looking at shapes, we get a positive one for this local area that we're in, but it's in my opinion, is much better to look at the bigger picture of things. But if you want to do a local one, I mean, that's a bullish megaphone for short, and it has a 70% chance to break to the upside. It just has the downside of, man, this cone can go on forever, for real. And you just bounce off in between it. She can go kind of crazy. So there's a downside to that popular pattern. Personally, I like to zoom out just a little bit, and that's very interesting what we got there. I would say just hold on and let's hope for 63. Else I'll get into way deep analysis. We got to move on to a few other coins here. We got XLM. It's 11:33. See if we can do this and wrap this up in less than 5 minutes. XLM and XRP are being strong with the news that's coming out about that. We'll talk about that. That's what I was going to do before I realized my microphone was off, was go hit the news. I read this as a this now becomes an inside trend line because it was this trend line. Now we flipped it for, it's going to be support now. And so that's also a breakout and a retest of a falling wedge, if you look at it that way, which is how I would look at it. You got a pretty decent measure move here for this little guy. Whoa! That's pretty. That would be hard to just. That would be hard to nail to eyeball, but that's pretty close. I'm doing a Bukowski measure move where we just kind of add a ratio to that. It's not complicated. You just basically we'll go from swing high to swing low. The simplified way to do that, the Bukowski measure move, instead of taking like this or a little move there, you just go all the way down and you go from the 618 down, because that's what it's always going to be when you do the actual multiplier. I'm not on log, am I? Don't want to be on log scale. Never be on log scale when you're doing pattern trading, man. If you're doing measure moves on log scale, no. That's probably why you think pattern based trading sucks. That might be one of the reasons why some people just don't have very much success with it. No, log scale messes things up. 14.4 cents could be coming just by the measure move alone. I like to see personally if there's any confluence. I was trying to zoom out and get away from some of the noise. There's lots of noise on this chart. Now that's a possible measure move, but you got all these moving averages here, and there's probably going to be a lot of sell pressure through this area. 10, 11.5 cents. So I would keep that in mind. If I was looking at this with my fibs, which I often do, cool, we're past that level, and yeah, here's where all the resistance come, and that's in the good. We got to get above this to head up to these areas. So the 14 cents comes in at our 786, which is beautiful, gorgeous. I like that. Another area in between that would be good would be 12.9. Personally, I would wait for I can't say that. Those are worth waiting for if you got the conviction to wait for them for price targets. But if you're looking for something, sure, we're headed to 10 and then to just right on about 11.8. So we should get to about 10.8. But I like 12.8. And then also this area about 14.4 for XLM. XRP looks very similar. Whoop, I bet you're coming up here now. Are you gonna roll over a little bit? You gonna get tired on us? She should get a little. I think she should get tired on this. Let me get that out of here. You got some funky stuff going on here, XRP. Oh, really? I guess we have to count that then. On a day, I can't do this on the daily, man. That's just too noisy. Let's chart it on the weekly side. This is important for it anyway, because we're still under the 200 moving average on the weekly. That means that's 60 cents. If we can get above it and actually hold above 60 cents, that's going to be key for this one. And that's clearing this 382 area right here in the 200 moving average. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll lower the bar there. I'll lower the bar to 59.38. But still, I mean, the 200 moving average, just depending on where it is, that's the big thing. And it's weighing in at 60 cents. I guess 60 cents is the best actual target there. And then this area at 72 likes to go up there. Usually gets bounced, rejected up there by the 618, but at some point it won't. And then your next target on the day that it doesn't would be about 80, just right under 82 cents at that 786 fib, where she's likely to get rejected and do a little bit of a pullback before trying to move up to these higher areas of about $1.01 and $1.09. If you're looking for a bigger target, I would highly recommend that you go with $1.09 for a longer range target. And it sounds crazy until that one day when you come back and it's not. It ain't that crazy. Just as fun to play with that $1 area. Dang, did you go? No, we did 2 within that time frame. Okay, we're good. Still doing good on time. And we'll take a look at Casper, then we'll go do a little bit of news. Why am I just on CoinEx? Let's just get all our stuff out here. Here we are, Casper. She's getting a little drop down, all that big down. Let's come down today. She's been at some pretty good prices, right? And I'm trying to snag as much as this I can when she comes down. Sometimes the funds are there and sometimes they're not with what I'm working with. That doesn't tell me jack, but what we do have is possibly a new trend line starting here that she could break above this, and then we'll be starting into a channel idea. So I kind of like that. Would rather draw this way. So I believe there's some confluence there with my little candle tops. And it looks like we might be going for this breakout. It may stumble a little bit. We're on the 1 hour chart, but this area right up here at 17.7 cents on Caspa, man, 17, all up to 18 cents. That's where it's all at right there. That is just the one big cluster of moving averages. And on this 1 hour chart, that 200 is doing some bearish things, so she may get a little sideways and maybe hard for a while. Stochastics are kind of topped out. Moving averages are saying she's ready to rock, though. What's up? I need a bigger time frame to clear this. Oh, there we go. Well, let's look at it from this perspective. We're above the Lucy line. That's 660 and the 800. They're in the right direction where they need to be. This is actually a good sign for support, in my personal opinion. After all, we did get the daily green dot on Bitcoin. I don't know if I said that with my mic was on or not. I meant to go over that. If I did not, we've got the good signs here for Bitcoin on the daily, so that's kind of cool. That should help ease our nerves a little bit, but remember, it could just be up to 60,000 and altcoins could just roll over. So, but yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing, man. 17 to 18 cents, but that's cool. I'll be taking some profit up there on the way and then trying to catch her if she comes back down for another nice little drop, because we're gonna have our ups and downs for a little while. I want to at least take advantage of them. Now, we may not come back down here to these areas, 13 cents, but if we do, I want to take advantage of it. But if we are forming that channel idea that we were looking at, then, well, that's a bearish idea. And that's just what it looked like on the 1 hour. Let's check with you guys over here in the chat again. Now that we have the microphone on, Caspa's King says Justin Crypto. Dog Q&T, first I have to wake up at 5. Oh, well, I got it. Hopefully I got it in time for you. Justin Q&T. It's not been a fun ride, that's for sure. So we did XLM, juicy rounded tops in 7 web. Grimmer says, I took money out of more risky mini market cap coins and invested in what I thought was a more safe, in the more safe coin Nexera. Oh my gosh. Oh man, now my money is frozen in the Nexera token until they figure out the crap. Last time it took them 20 days. Whew. I got out of that. I took some profit on it before because I needed to pull some capital from somewhere for something during the little drop. So in retrospect, I'm glad that I did that. But then what I left in there, I think I had like a $400 position, but I got out at $98. When I was seeing about what was going on, I'm like, this is twice on this coin, man. They've had some problems. Poor old Nexera, man. But look, she's back. I mean, I probably should have just stayed put. Because if she was $400 around here, but yeah, she dropped down to 2 cents and on down. But was his own Twitter. They were calling it a rug pull on Twitter. So I don't really know what happened and what's going on, but she is above a trend line, like she broke back in the pattern. I thought it was a good sign the next day because someone else in our little circle here had some Nexera too, and hopefully they've still got more of their bag than what it was when we checked on it when it was just down. So that's cool. I don't know that I want to try to get back in on this one though. I mean, I'm about done with a lot of altcoins, to be honest with you. We're just too oversaturated, and I don't see enough good projects actually with real stuff going on. And when you know how this market works, it is all about hype, and we don't have the buyers here. And hopefully, the global situation will work out, and especially here in the States too. But if some things don't change, I mean, nobody's going to have any money to spend on stuff. It's going to be hard to get lots of stuff that we need every day. Everybody's feeling the crunch. That's why it's so devastating when you think that, you put stuff, maybe you put too much at risk. And then it puts you in a bad pickle at the worst time because things could get worse. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the regular markets out there. But it's been a messed up world for a while, and here we are in a crypto bull market in the middle of a messed up world. It's going crazy with an election year here in the US, and man, I don't know. Since 2020, I think I stepped into an alternate universe. I don't know what this world is, but all the weird stuff that we ever dreamed up as kids is like I'm looking around and seeing the places. We got the UFOs, we got all kinds of stuff, just whatever is going on out there. And then all these crazy theories and conspiracy theories from years ago that they said, no, don't be one of those. We're looking back and say, dang man, that they were on point, man. It was all y'all that was feeding all this bull crap down my and so it's just a crazy world, and we don't want to be on. Cryptos are way out, man, or at least a safety net for us, or it should be. Things like Bitcoin, definitely. Maybe Caspa could be a good front runner, and some people think Solana, but definitely, for sure, Bitcoin has proven it, and that's the one that the whole world's going after right now. And that's the one I just can't seem to get and keep enough of. So guys, I'm gonna take a minute and just go over to the news, and we'll probably come back and take a look at this, and I'm sure we'll look at Caspa 3 or 4 times for you Caspa junkies out there. Well, it's okay to be a Caspa junkie. Got to get her daily dose of Caspa. But let's check out and see what the news is saying. I always mean to do this early in the stream, and I have not gotten the habit of doing that just quite yet. So today in crypto, according to Layer GG, hit the button. Remember? All right, so 3 days of big outflows in the Bitcoin ETF recently. However, today's net inflow for IBIT is 897 Bitcoin. That's $53 million worth of Bitcoin going into, into IBIT, into BlackRock's ETF. They've been buying. And I guess we should be happy that it's holding our price up right now, because the regular folk, the retail, aren't here yet though. XRP, the SEC versus Ripple case has concluded with Ripple fined $125 million and an injunction against future securities law violations. And they're taking that as a win, and now XRP is starting to see some price movement, so that should make the XRP people happy. I know it's been a hard hold on that one. ETH, Look On Chain deleted the previous analysis about Plus token as fun. According to EmberCN, most of the 789,534 ETH were sold from June to September 2021. Whatever that mess is. Solana, the Brazilian Securities and Exchange Commission, CVM, approved the first Solana spot ETF with CME Group to be live in 90 days. That is pump worthy, but you know, it could also be dump worthy as well too. Let's see how that goes. Sui Tao, Grayscale has introduced new crypto funds for BitTensor's Tao and Sui, or Sui as some people call it, although it's Chinese for Sui is water, and their logo is a water drop. I would think it would be Sui. Accessible to accredited investors. Oh, you got to be an accredited investor to get into the Tau and Sui Grayscale. There we go, BitTensor. Another position that got hit. Luckily, I still got some of that staking. Casper announced the first phase rollout of Prove AI, developed alongside IBM, with official launch set for September. With Curve Finance team unlocked complete, Curve inflation will be reduced to 6% on August 13. That thing is at some juicy bottom prices there, 25 cents, somewhere through there. I've seen Curve go to $3 or more. Pretty sure. OKX to delist MSN, OMN, REP. No wonder. IGU, PCI, and SLN spot trading pairs on August 9th. One of those I know is pretty much a dead project. Japanese public company MetaPlanet secures 1 billion yen loan to buy more Bitcoin, and MicroStrategy will be buying $2 billion worth of Bitcoin soon. Let's go, Michael Saylor. Put it into action there. Note to self, jobless, initial job. Note to self, I like his note to selves. Initial jobless claims are released on Thursdays at 14:30 UTC. Following last Friday's payroll report, market volatility has increased, and any signs of job market weakness could impact stock and crypto. That's what we got from Layer GG. Give him a like and a little repost there. And now let's get back to the market. Here's Nexera. We're looking on the 1 hour, looking a little hopeful, Hopefully that'll work out for you guys. Remember, sorry to hear about that. Let's get back to the chat. And Serbi Online Learning, 1,300 Bitcoin dollar, what? 1,300 Bitcoin candle in 1 minute. You missed, Roda. What was it? Did you do something? Wow. We at 57, 257 now. Well, did we get away from our 1 minute? It must have been this guy, right? Woohoo! The 1 minute chart. Ain't nothing like it. But I hear the 2 minute chart looks really similar sometimes. So if I'm looking at Bitcoin, we got a new trend line forming here. I like the 2 hour. The 2 hour, I think, is taking out a lot of noise. It's making things a little bit more clear to see, in my personal opinion. I'm gonna start paying a little bit more attention to the 2 hour chart. And it suggests that 60,000, so lots of things saying 60,000 could be on the table. Maybe even up to 62.3, so I'm still not changing from that. Those things are still showing up on all the charts. We just established a trend line, and now we got the channel, and man, right there. That's at 59. So this whole little zone here, can we work through it? Guys, you want to take a look at the altcoins? Throw it in the chat. Sam Webb, can you talk a bit about staking sometime? Best wallets and coins and stuff? Staking, I do most of mine. I've got some staked on WanChain, and I've had it there forever, just letting it do what it does because it didn't do much for a long time. I'm thinking it might be a nice little come up later on in the season, so that stuff can work. That's been staking for a while. I mostly stake on Cosmos ecosystem, and I use the Kepler wallet to do all that stuff on. Seems to be fairly easy to use. The mobile one's gotten kind of janky to use, but it's still good. I started out staking Cosmos way early last cycle. I never did sell this Cosmos because it just started giving so much back to me, and it was, locked up and everything. I don't know. It was just 100 Cosmos back, that I locked up. But locking that up qualified me for lots of airdrops. So that's one benefit of staking. If you get on the right chains that do that. Cosmos has always been really good about that. And also, and then Osmosis, when that came into being, that made me eligible for the Osmosis airdrop, which that was cool. So I have worked all that with all these airdrops and everything over on Cosmos ecosystem, just letting it over these past 4 years, 5, well, probably a little bit longer, letting it build and do what it does. And I've pulled some stuff out and thrown it into other places or whatnot, but mostly we got it staking there, and it grows over time, and doing a little bit of DeFi and stuff on the side. But if you're patient and leave that stuff over, it's pretty cool. DeFi gets a little tricky, and sometimes you kind of wonder if you're better off, not using the pool for rewards and things like that. That can get a little tricky, and it can sometimes just end up being like a slow drain, and you never really come out with what you put in, although you got some other tokens in the way, along the way or something. That can get kind of janky. I've tried that. And then sometimes they close pools and you're the last one to find out about it or something crazy. So I do have pool stuff though that I've had in for a while. But at the right times in the market, if you're doing it, especially me doing it all during the bear market, when we start coming to when this bull run gets full in force and altcoins start acting right, all those little pools and things that I've gotten in, they should be coming up. Now I'm doing some over, I started doing some over with Stacks, and I use the X wallet for that, and use Alex Dex and a few other dexes on the block, the Bitcoin blockchain, and the layer 2s and all that stuff over there. That's kind of cool, but I've just let it, build it up just very little. But I will say that staking Stacks was cool because that led to more airdrops too. And that's where I got the Rune airdrop, the Rune NFT or whatever, which, dang, that thing's worth some money. And then some other NFTs and a lot. I got Dog and whatever it is over there, that BRC20 or whatever, Dog Go to the Moon coin. That, when it came out and then it went up a little after, man, that turned out to be huge, but I did something with a little, and the rest of it just kind of dwindled down. So you got to kind of figure that. Some people, when they get the airdrops, they sell instant. Is that always a good thing? I'm starting to think that maybe it is. But then with the Dog one I got, it actually did go up afterward. So I don't know. If that's pretty much my take on that kind of stuff. Unless you got a specific question. But I like staking, and even with the lockup, some people are afraid to have their coins tied up, but it's usually only like 21 days, and if you plan ahead, you get some rewards. I mean, you get some benefits from it. So Linda says, yes, this world is whacked. Yes, it is. All right. Oh, we're still on the screeny screen, man. The Mercury is full retrograde for me. There we go. All right, guys. Well, it is midnight. We're gonna win over some coins and the market, and that's basically what I'm seeing in Bitcoin. The day has been one of those wild days, but we're getting through it, and Bitcoin is still hanging up. She's getting ready to roll over, it looks like, here. come back down, probably about 56, 3 or 4-ish. I look for it to come back to the 200 moving average area, just off the fly. A little up, a little down. We can try to chart Bitcoin here, but really, she's got that, there is some roundiness. And I still think that may play out. So I'm actually kind of looking for a little bit more of a rollover and then a chance for a pop here. And what we do after that, I'm not quite sure. We're mostly in a lot of a range. But I will say one thing. I've been pressed. Lately, I've been digging this out because I think somebody said something about it. And I've never really used this a lot, but this is helpful, especially, some of you guys might find some help, get some value out of this, but this is pretty good for identifying range and, the volatility in there. The little middle line is where price usually they call it like a magnet where it kind of attracts price to it or whatever, and the edge of these lines. So it suggests that we're at a top of a range here and we'll be coming back down to 54. The areas that we were back, earlier. And that kind of goes along with my theory about what we're doing with this little rounded kind of thing until we come down here and then finally decide to, after the money gets to accumulate at these low prices, fill their coffers at the low prices with the ETFs and whoever else is buying and all this other stuff. And the money that will be coming in, that might be that might be how we see it start playing out to the upside. I don't know. We'll have to look. This is one scenario I'm expecting, but there is saying some signs of maybe they'll say, screw you, Road Dog. We're going to go up to 60,000 and then roll over there. We'll just have to keep our eyes on it. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow night. Trade carefully. Trade wisely. Make that money.
Come on.
Change that life.